Welcome back to the Deep Dive. It is really great to have you with us today.
Yeah, we have a pretty fascinating setup for this one.
We really do. Normally when we sit down to do this, we're wading through just a massive stack of research.
Oh, yeah. Mountains of it, usually.
Right, like articles and books,
Yeah.
white papers. We spend all this time trying to synthesize a cohesive narrative for you. But today
was very different.
today is a bit of a high-wire act, honestly. We are turning our entire analytical apparatus onto a single specific digital artifact.
It is definitely an exercise in minimalism today.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes when you strip away the noise, you actually find the most interesting signals in the silence.
I love that. Signals in the silence.
Yeah.
So let's just lay it right out for everyone.
Let's do it.
Our source material for this deep dive is one single file. The file name is tcpr feb2026.pdf.
And we should probably just be brutally honest right from the jump here.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we respect your time and we need to clarify the actual state of this source material.
The big caveat.
Right. The big caveat. We have the container. We have the metadata. But the briefing indicates that the actual internal text content is totally inaccessible.
It's basically a ghost file.
Yeah, exactly.
We know it's there. We know what it's called. We know when it's from. But we cannot see inside the box.
Nothing at all.
Now, I have to admit, the old version of me would have looked at this and said, well, show's over. Let's pack it up.
I think a lot of people would say that.
Right. But you convinced me before we started recording that this is actually just this perfect opportunity to talk about how we analyze information when the picture is totally incomplete.
Because that is the fundamental challenge of intelligence analysis. You know, rarely do you get the full encyclopedia. Usually you just get fragments.
Right. You get a piece here, a piece there.
Exactly. You get a timestamp, maybe a file, type an acronym, and you have to build a probability model around just that.
Which feels impossible, but it's not.
It's not. The fact that the text is missing does not mean the data is zero. It just means we have to switch gears from content analysis to metadata analysis.
So we get to play detective today.
Basically,
We have three real clues here. The date, the format, and the acronym.
Let's start with the date.
Yeah. Let's look at Feb 2026.
It is absolutely the first thing that grabs you.
And just to orient everyone listening today, is March 2nd, 2026.
Right.
So Feb 2026 isn't ancient history. It's effectively yesterday.
The proximity is just everything here.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If this file was named TCPR Feb 1996, we would treat it as this archival curiosity.
Oh, for sure. We'd say, look at this legacy document from the dial-up days.
Right. But because it is from literally last month, it triggers a completely different psychological response.
It feels urgent.
It triggers massive urgency. In intelligence terms, this is what we'd call hot data.
Hot data. Okay.
The implication of that date stamp is that the contents, whatever they happen to be, they are relevant to the world right now. It suggests that the decisions or the data points, the conclusions inside that PDF, they were meant to influence actions in March.
Which honestly makes the fact that we can't read it infinitely more frustrating.
Oh, I know.
It's like FOMO applied to data. Fear of missing out. I just feel like I'm missing a briefing that I absolutely should have read.
And that anxiety is a very real thing in professional circles.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Think about the corporate world. If a CEO sees a file explicitly dated for the previous month and they can't open it,
Panic.
total panic. Their immediate assumption isn't, oh, this is a weird IT mistake. The assumption is, I am completely out of the loop.
Wow, yeah.
The date stamp lends the artifact legitimacy. It proves that the system, whatever TCPR is active.
It's alive.
It's alive. It produced output just 4 weeks ago.
So even without reading a single word of the text, we have established proof of life.
We have.
The TCPR entity, whatever it might be, was fully functional in February 2026.
We've established temporal relevance. We know this isn't some zombie project from a decade ago. It's a current operational concern. And that right there is deduction number 1.
Okay, I love this. Let's move to deduction number 2.
The format.
The format, yeah. It was uploaded as a .pdf. Now, obviously, we all know what a PDF is, but why does the choice of format actually matter here?
It matters a lot.
Like, why not a spreadsheet? Or why not just a raw text dump?
Because context implies intent.
Okay, unpack that.
You choose a format based on how you want the information to be consumed and perceived by the audience.
Oh.
So if I send you a spreadsheet, I am inviting you to look at the raw numbers.
You want me to do something with it?
Exactly. I'm saying, here's the data, check my math. If I send you a Word doc, I'm saying, hey, this is a draft. Feel free to track changes, leave comments.
It's collaborative.
Highly collaborative. But a PDF is very different.
A PDF is, well, it's kind of polite but firm.
Polite but firm. I like that. It's authoritative.
Yeah.
I mean, PDF literally stands for portable document format, but psychologically it stands for final.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it really does.
When you export a file to PDF, you are freezing that document in time. You're explicitly saying this is the finished thought.
You can't change this anymore.
Right. It's the digital equivalent of printing a report on heavy cardstock and physically binding it.
It's a read-only state of mind.
Precisely. So when we look at TCPR Feb 2026.pdf, we are not looking at a scratch pad.
No, definitely not.
We are looking at something that was likely formatted, reviewed, and finalized. It implies a whole publication cycle. It implies there are probably headers, a logo, maybe an executive summary.
The formatting matters.
The author wanted this to be preserved exactly as it looked on their screen.
That really adds a whole layer of weight to it. This wasn't just some quick email someone fired off before lunch.
No.
It was a deliverable.
It suggests institutional weight. You know, individual personal notes are almost never saved as acronym_date.pdf.
True.
That specific naming convention combined with that fixed format, it just screams official report.
Okay. Which brings us to the giant elephant in the room.
Here we go.
The acronym, TCPR.
The great unknown variable.
I have to tell you, my brain has been doing absolute cartwheels trying to figure out what these letters stand for.
I warned you about this.
I know you warned me about guessing.
Yeah.
But it is almost impossible not to do it.
It's human nature.
I keep looking at it like the something report. Or total something. It's right there on the tip of my brain.
And this right here, this is where we have to talk about the concept of the intelligence vacuum.
Intelligence vacuum.
Yeah. When the human brain encounters an acronym, especially one with a date attached to it, it absolutely abhors the vacuum of meaning.
We hate not knowing.
We despise it.
Yeah.
So we immediately try to fill that void with whatever context we are already familiar with.
So if I work in finance, I'm seeing one thing, but if I work in medicine, I'm seeing something else entirely.
Exactly. Let's actually play that out, because this is a critical exercise in why we can't just guess.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's imagine for a second that you, the listener, work on Wall Street.
Okay, I'm a banker.
You see TCPR Feb 2026.pdf. What does your brain see?
Well, I guess I'd see total cost performance ratio.
Perfect.
Or maybe trade capital profit return. Something like that.
Right. And if that is your lens, then a report from February 2026 is a financial postmortem of the first quarter.
Right. I'd be looking for numbers.
You'd be expecting charts, profit margins, maybe some dire warning about inflation.
Yeah.
So in that scenario, the missing text becomes a missing financial indicator. It's a huge problem.
Okay. Now let's swap lenses. Say I'm a doctor or like a hospital administrator.
Okay, then TCPR might be the clinical psychiatry report.
Oh, wow.
Or maybe treatment care protocol review.
Completely different.
Suddenly the context shifts entirely. And now a February 2026 report isn't about money at all.
It's about patient safety.
Exactly. It's about a new drug trial or a major change in hospital triage standards.
Wow.
The urgency is completely different. It's literally life or death, not profit or loss.
It is wild how the exact same four letters can host two completely different realities.
Oh, let's try a third one just to drive it home. Engineering.
Okay.
Thermal control power relay.
Oh, that sounds super technical.
Right. If you are an engineer at a nuclear power plant or a massive server farm, TCPR Feb 2026 looks like a maintenance log.
Yeah.
It looks like a critical system diagnostic. And if that file is missing,
You're freaking out.
you are worried about a literal meltdown, not a stock market crash.
Okay, I get it now. This is exactly why you stopped me from guessing before we started.
Yep.
Because if I assume it's the clinical psychiatry report,
Yep.
I am effectively blinding myself to the very real possibility that it's a thermal relay log.
You are creating a false positive in your own mind.
A false positive.
This is the ultimate danger of confirmation bias. If we assumed, even just for the sake of casual conversation, that TCPR stood for one specific thing, we would naturally start interpreting that Feb 2026 date through that specific lens.
We'd be making up a story.
We would fabricate an entire narrative that doesn't actually exist in the data.
So the only honest analysis of TCPR is to just admit that it is a Rorschach test.
Pretty much.
It reflects the observer. It does not reflect the data.
Ideally, yes. Until we have the actual key, the source text or a strict definition, TCPR is literally just a placeholder for something official that happened in February.
But we can say it's likely a report or a review, right?
Oh, sure.
I mean, the IR usually does a lot of heavy lifting in these kinds of acronyms.
Probability-wise, yes, absolutely. Report, review, record register.
Yeah.
Those are all very high probability candidates for a document ending in .pdf. It implies a formal look back at the month of February.
Okay, I want to pivot and touch on the idea of the upload itself.
Okay, let's go there.
The source briefing explicitly mentions this file was uploaded. That is an action verb.
It is. And in the digital forensics world, the act of uploading is distinct from the act of creation.
How so? What's the difference?
Well, creation's private.
Okay.
You sit down, you write the document on your local laptop, nobody else sees it. But uploading is public, or at least semi-public, depending on the network.
It's sharing.
It involves deliberately moving the file from a local, isolated environment to a shared environment. It is fundamentally an act of dissemination.
So whoever made this, they wanted it to be seen.
Or at least securely stored. But yes, there was a clear intent to transfer knowledge. The fact that the file exists on the server, even if the text inside is unreadable to us right now, means the transmission actually happened.
The envelope was delivered.
The envelope was delivered.
It's kind of like a message in a bottle where the ink has completely washed away.
Oh, that's a great analogy.
The bottle made it to shore. The intent to communicate survived the journey even if the actual message didn't.
That is exactly it. And honestly, that brings us to the real. So what of this whole deep dive?
Yeah, why does any of this matter to you listening right now?
Right, we have a file we can't read. Is this really just a basic cautionary tale about making sure you back up your data properly?
I think it goes way deeper than that. You mentioned information hygiene earlier.
I did. But I think we need to elevate that concept a bit for this.
Yeah.
It's not just about hygiene. It is really about analytical rigor.
Analytical rigor.
Because we live in a world where we are just drowning in data every single day.
Oh, absolutely.
And because of that overwhelm, we very often accept the metadata as a substitute for the actual data.
Wait, unpack that for me.
Yeah.
Accepting metadata as a substitute. You mean like we read a headline on an article and just assume we know the whole story?
Exactly like that. Or, in a corporate setting, we see a file named Q1strategyfinal.pdf sitting in the shared team drive.
Yep, I've been there.
And we mentally check the box. We think, okay, great, the strategy is done.
We don't even open it.
We don't open it. We don't verify the contents. We just trust the label.
We blindly trust the file name.
We trust the container. And what this TCPR file teaches us is that the container can be a lie.
Wow.
Or at the very least, it can be an empty promise. If you are making real-world decisions based purely on the existence of a file rather than the actual content of that file, you are operating on what we call zombie data.
Zombie data. I really like that term. It looks alive, but there is nobody home.
And it is incredibly dangerous.
I can imagine.
Imagine a scenario where a whole team is collaborating on a massive project. One person uploads TCPR Feb 2026.pdf, but there's a glitch and the upload corrupts.
Oh, no.
But they don't know that. They think they've done their job. The manager sees the file sitting in the folder and thinks, great, the report is ready for the board.
And nobody actually double checks.
No one actually opens it until the big meeting starts.
And then total panic.
Complete systems failure in real time.
Because everyone assumed the metadata, the file name, equaled actual knowledge.
Yes. The lesson here, the huge takeaway, is that verification is the only real antidote to assumption.
You literally have to open the box.
You have to open the box.
It sounds so incredibly simple when you say it out loud, but I know for a fact I am guilty of this.
We all are.
I'll go online. I'll save a bunch of dense research papers to a folder on my desktop. I'll name them all really clearly, and then I somehow feel like I've learned them.
Yes, the osmosis theory of learning.
Right, but I haven't learned a thing. I've just categorized them.
You have built yourself a lovely library of empty books.
Oh man, that hurts. But it's true.
But look, we all do it. It is a very natural coping mechanism for modern information overload.
Yeah, there's just too much to read.
But when you are dealing with Feb 2026 intelligence stuff that genuinely matters right now, you simply cannot afford to take that shortcut.
So let me ask you this. If we were writing a formal professional report on this source for a paying client right now, how do we actually phrase this without sounding like we completely failed at our jobs?
Right. How do we spin the empty box?
Yeah, because we can't tell them what TCPR means.
Yeah.
We can't tell them what the February numbers or protocols were.
This is where you practice the art of negative intelligence.
Negative intelligence.
You report clearly on the void. You absolutely do not bluff. You say a document exists. It claims authority via its PDF format. It claims immediate relevance via its February date. However, the integrity of the payload is compromised.
The integrity of the payload is compromised.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds so much better than, hey guys, I can't open the file.
It's definitely more professional.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it actually points the client directly to the solution.
Right.
The solution isn't to sit around a conference table guessing what TCPR stands for. The solution is to track down the original uploader and get the raw text.
It makes it actionable. The action isn't analyze, it's recover.
Precisely. And identifying that the required action is recovery, that in itself is a highly valuable insight. You have literally saved the client from making a catastrophic decision based on a blind guess.
I want to go back to the date just one last time before we wrap up.
Sure.
February 2026. Last month. There was just something kind of haunting about it. It's so recent.
It represents the known unknown of the immediate past.
Yeah.
We know for a fact that something happened in February that warranted a formal report.
Right.
The fact that the digital record is currently silent doesn't mean the event itself didn't happen in the real world.
That is deep.
Yeah.
The event happened. The report was written. The data is just, it's dark.
It's dark data.
Yeah.
And in this era of infinite cloud storage and massive digital archives, we have more dark data than ever before in human history.
It's kind of terrifying.
We all have terabytes of files named Final V2 that no one can open or no one remembers the decryption password for.
Oh, the final V2 curve.
Exactly. TCPR Feb 2026 is just one single drop in that massive dark ocean.
So I guess the real challenge for you, the listener today, is to make sure you don't let your own data go dark.
Challenge your own archives. Seriously, go back to your work files from last month.
Open them up.
Open them.
Yeah.
Do they still actually make sense to you? Do they genuinely contain what the file name promises they contain?
Right.
Or are you just storing a bunch of empty shells on your hard drive?
And hey, maybe actually define your acronyms right there in the file name.
Oh, please, yes. For the love of all that is holy, no more ambiguous acronyms. Naming a file Project X tells me absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
TCPR tells me nothing. Be descriptive.
Be specific.
Yes. Name it Clinical Psychiatry Report, Feb 2026. That is a useful file name.
See? That is the real actionable advice right there. Be specific, folks, because you never really know when a couple of analysts might be staring at your file desperately trying to figure out if you're a banker or a power plant engineer.
Or a hospital administrator.
Exactly. This has been a genuinely fascinating experiment today.
It really has.
I mean, we started with literally 0 readable words of text, and we somehow managed to pull out real lessons on digital authority, cognitive bias, and the massive dangers of relying on metadata.
It is truly amazing how much a blank page can tell you if you just know how to ask it the right questions.
The empty file is a mirror. I think that specific phrase is going to stick with me for a long time.
It should. It's the ultimate reality check on our own internal biases.
Well, we have finally reached the end of our investigation into the great mystery of TCPR.
We survived.
We did. We know it exists. We know it matters. We just still don't know what it says.
Yep.
But before we sign off today, I want to leave you with one final thought to carry into your week.
What's on your mind?
We spend so much of our time curating our digital lives, right?
Oh, yeah, constantly.
We're always organizing folders, tagging photos, carefully naming our files. We build these perfect little intricate structures to hold all of our knowledge. But TCPR Feb 2026 is this stark reminder that the structure itself is not the knowledge.
Right. The map is not the territory.
And the label on the box is not the content of the box.
Never.
Exactly. So as you go about your week in a world where we are constantly just skimming the surface, reading the quick headlines, and blindly trusting our file names, how much of your own personal knowledge is actually just verified labeling?
Oof, that's a good question.
And honestly, when was the last time you actually stopped and checked the contents of the box?
That really is the question. Don't just take the label's word for it.
Thanks for diving deep with us today, everyone, even if the pool was a little empty this time around. We will see you next time.